Welcome back. Today is day 5 of the Manifestation Activation Challenge. Today we are talking about paradigms. What is a paradigm? How can we identify when our paradigm is sabotaging us? And then what can we do to break free from these old stories, from these old programs, so that we can manifest a life that we absolutely love? For those of you who might be watching this on YouTube for the first time, my name is Mindy. I have a school community where I run a 14-day manifestation challenge. It's completely free. Feel free to join this community. It is a community made up of like-minded women and men from all over the world who are looking to create their best lives. So what is a paradigm? A paradigm is a mental program that's stored in our subconscious mind. It's a story that we created about the world, how we see the world through our upbringing, through the things that have happened to us throughout our lives. One person may have a money story where maybe a neighbor right next door has a completely different money story because of what we heard our parents or our caregivers, or maybe some of the things that have happened to us as adults that made us create a story, basically, that it's not true. It's just a story, but it lives in our subconscious mind. Paradigms operate on autopilot. So you can have paradigms in every area of your life. For some of you, that may be in relationships. Maybe you don't feel worthy of having a loving, kind relationship. For others, it could be a money story. For others, it could be you feel like you're trapped in a 9-to-5 job that you don't love and you don't believe you're worthy of creating a life that you love. Or maybe you have a story that having time and money freedom, well, that's wonderful for rich people, but I grew up working class, so I can't have that life. See how a paradigm could be living in our subconscious mind and we don't even know it's there. Our conscious mind, on the other hand, we may completely believe that, yeah, I can make it to the top of that company, I can reach these big goals. But if we have these subconscious programs running, we're always going to find ourselves sabotaging our own success, whether that's in our health, our relationships, our money, our career, our time and money freedom, you name it. It's going to sabotage every single area of our life. So think about some areas in your life where you have struggled to reach a goal. So maybe that's financially, in a career, there again, maybe in relationships or your health. Once you uncover these paradigms, you open up the gates to living a life that you absolutely love. That's what manifestation is all about. Discovering these hidden programs, reprogramming our thought process so that we can live a life that we love. The thing to remember about a paradigm, it's trying to keep us safe. So it's always going to try and keep us safe. And I talked about this in another video. It's almost like the thermostat on the wall. You set it at 70. You can see I'm traveling in Colorado right now. There's snow outside. If I set the thermostat on 70 and I leave the door wide open and allow the cold air that's about 36 degrees to come in, then the thermostat is constantly going to try and go to 70. Well, the same for our paradigm. If we have a thermostat, say our money paradigm is set at $20,000 or $30,000 a year, we've never made more than that. So we believe subconsciously that that's all that we'll ever make is $20,000 or $30,000 a year. We'll never break through that limit. Or if we do, it'll just be like in small increments, a couple thousand or 5,000 at the most, but we'll never reach 6 figures or 7 figures. When we discover these paradigms, we can break free from that programming so that we can make 6 and 7 figures. It's 5 Ds to remember on how your paradigm shows up to make this easy so that you recognize it when it comes up. And again, I highly recommend putting sticky notes around. That way you remember that when this thing shows up, when you find yourself doing this behavior, that, oh, that's just my paradigm showing up. D number 1 is dissuasion. Oh, I'm not good enough for that position. Who am I to even try to start my own business? Date that person. Think that I can take that vacation. So it's trying to talk you out of it. The second way it shows up is distraction. Now, I used to be the queen of distraction, where everything else seems more urgent than doing the thing that I needed to do. Let's say that you tried to start your own business, and in the middle of the day, you get up to go to the refrigerator, you go to wash clothes, like anything but making those calls, anything but doing that hard thing. Maybe it's making a YouTube video. Maybe it's making calls to potential clients. You distract yourself in so many different areas. People do this with their children. They do it with their partners, and they do it on these little things throughout the day. The distraction paradigm will keep you stuck because you're going to go to bed at night and beat yourself up for not doing the thing and wake up and do the same darn thing tomorrow. So notice when you're getting distracted and what are your common distractions. Mine was running to the refrigerator even though I wasn't hungry, or having to do laundry at noon on a Tuesday. Just notice what yours are. The third way the paradigm shows up is DEFCON. Now this one is almost like a deer in the headlights. And that is a military term for that basically fight, flight, or freeze. You may have physical symptoms with this where you feel your face get flushed, maybe your stomach gets upset, you're really anxious or nervous. Just notice if this happens to you. And just the fourth D is disdain. Disdain shows up like, it's so stupid. I can't believe I need to make these calls. That's just silly. Why am I doing this? So just like belittling whatever it is that's in front of you that needs to be done in order to reach that goal. The fifth D is deficiency. Deficiency is when you feel like you have imposter syndrome. You may be saying, who am I to do that thing? I'm not good enough. I've never been good at being on camera. I'm an introvert. There's something wrong with you in your mind's eyes, in your paradigm's eyes, that you think you're not worthy of going for that goal. But of course, that other person can, because they have whatever magical quality it is that you don't think you have. The 5 Ds, they're all patterns to keep you stuck in your comfort zone because nothing good happens in your comfort zone. How do we break free from the paradigm? First is awareness. We've been talking about this for the past few days. We've become aware of the thought patterns that we've had in the past. We've become aware of the 5 Ds when they are showing up in our life. We recognize them as they show up and we hit the pause button. The pause button is going to be your best friend from here on out. Anytime you notice one of the 5 Ds coming in, you hit pause mentally in your mind, take a deep breath in, out. Okay, it's just that thing again. Okay, it's just you pesky paradigm, go away. The third step is to create a bridge. Basically, you're building a new story from that old paradigm to the new paradigm that you're creating. You see, we can have good and bad paradigms, so we want to create a good paradigm. If you constantly catch yourself saying, I don't know how to do this thing, I don't have enough time, create a new story and you reframe that old story. Instead of, I don't have enough time, you create the story of, yeah, I have a very busy life right now, but I also have time here, here, and here in my schedule that I could work on creating this new business. And the fourth step is to take inspired action. You see, we could do everything else on here, but if we don't take some sort of inspired action, which we talked about from day one with intuition, remember, we're learning how to listen to that intuition. So we take inspired action from that space, whether it's a money goal, health, financial freedom, career, relationships, you name it. We start taking steps in that direction. Today's exercise is to write in your journal, where do you currently feel stuck in your life? Now, some of you, that may be one area. It could be finances. For others, it could be all of the areas. For some, it may be one or two of the areas. Write down where you feel stuck in your life and identify the 5 Ds. Which ones are showing up for you? Where are you making excuses in your life for not going for the thing? Tomorrow is day 6. We're going to be diving deep into how to raise your vibration so that you can attract anything that you want into your life sooner rather than later. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.